Hello, our dear students. Welcome to I-Fal. My name is Teacher Nikki and welcome to our video lesson. So this video lesson aims to guide you in creating grammatically correct sentences. It also aims to provide clarification to some confusions in the English language. I am very much excited to give you another lesson today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start the class. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. So for today's lesson, let's go ahead and talk about more of our relative clauses, but this time let's talk about the preposition placement in our relative clauses. So let's try to understand it more here. So preposition plus whom or which. So you can use a preposition plus whom for people and which for things. So you can say like this: to whom, with whom, about whom, and many more. So we also have of which, without which, from which, and many others. Let's see the examples here. Mr. Lee, to whom I spoke at the meeting, is interested in our proposal. So fortunately, we had a good map, without which we would have got lost. All right. So you see there we have the prepositions, okay, plus whom, okay, or which for people and things. Okay. Going next, in spoken English, we often keep the preposition after the verb in the relative clause. Remember, verb and then preposition. Like, for example, here, Catherine told me she works for a company called Latoma, which I'd never heard of before. Which I'd never heard of before. We do not use whom when the preposition is in this position. So it means when you have the preposition after your verb, we do not use whom. Instead, we use who. Example, Mr. Lee, who I spoke to at the meeting, is interested in our proposal. We do not say Mr. Lee, whom I spoke to. So remember, if there is a verb plus preposition in your relative clause, then you use who and not whom. Okay? Next one. In everyday English, the preposition is normally placed at the end of the relative clause, and the pronoun may be included or omitted. So you can just remove the pronoun. In formal English, the preposition is placed before the relative pronoun, and in this case, the pronoun cannot be omitted, okay, if it's before. Now, in the examples, let's see the pronouns in parentheses can be omitted. So let's see some examples here. Everyday English, is that the man she arrived with? Is that the man with whom she arrived? Pay attention to the sentence construction. Does he know the girl John is talking to? Does she know the girl to whom John is talking? No preposition at the end. The person who he is negotiating with is the chairman of a large company. The person with whom he is negotiating is the chairman of a large company. It is a club which many important people belong to. It is a club to which many important people belong. Okay? Next, he liked the people he lived with. He liked the people with whom he lived. The tree they had their picnic under was the largest and the oldest in the park. The tree which they had, or the tree under which they had their picnic, was the largest and the oldest in the park. It was the river that the children preferred to swim in. It was the river in which the children preferred to swim. No preposition at the end of swim. The jungle that the tribe lived in was full of strange and unusual animals. The jungle in which the tribe lived was full of strange and unusual animals. So you can see the position of your prepositions, then we can just change or remove your, okay? So in this case, in everyday English, we just use your pronouns who, that, which, okay? But in formal English, since our rule, okay, therefore we can just put the preposition before your relative pronouns whom, which, and that, or okay, whom and which. All right? Okay. Now, we also have here all of, most of, plus whom or which. So we can say Helen has three brothers, all of whom are married. So they asked me a lot of questions, most of which I couldn't answer. So all of whom here refers to the brothers, three brothers, and most of which refers to the questions. All right? Next one. In the same way, you can say many of whom, some of whom, neither of whom, none of which, but of which, one of which. Okay, example, Martin tried on three jackets and none of which fitted him. Two men, neither of whom I had seen before, came into the office. They have three cars, two of which they rarely use. Sue has a lot of friends, many of whom she was at school with. All right? So I want you to please understand on how we use this to your relative clauses. Okay? So we can also say the cause of which, the name of which, okay? So the cause of which, of course, it depends on the meaning of your sentence. Like for example, the house was damaged in a fire, the cause of which, the cause of the fire, was never established. We stayed at a beautiful hotel, the name of which, the name of the hotel, I don't remember now, okay? So please understand that. So we also have here which, not what. We got the job. This surprised everybody. So we can say like this. Joe got the job, which surprised everybody. So in this example, which refers to the fact that Joe got the job. So we use which, not what, in these sentences. More examples. Sarah couldn't meet us, which was a shame. The weather was good, which we hadn't expected. All right? So these are just some of the constructions that we have in relative clauses. So please pay more attention to them. All right? I hope you find our lesson today very helpful. As I always say, the secret in improving your skills is constant practice. I want you to keep practicing our given lesson today and apply it to your day-to-day conversation in English. I also want to encourage you to keep subscribing to our classes here in I-Fal. I am confident that your teachers will help you in making your skills a lot better. Also, please visit our website for more updates and information. There will be a lot of exciting things coming, so please stay tuned and keep being updated. I will flash our website in the next slide. So once again, I am Teacher Nikki saying thank you and good luck. Have a nice day, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye!